Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to take a look at our girl STR RIBRIANNE, who got an EZA along with Rosie and Kakunsa. Now, Rosie and Kakunsa, they're stacking defense, they're doing other things, they got the seal and the stun. Like, I feel like they have a real good role on, like, say, the Peppy Gals team, or potentially some other teams, like, I don't know, Special Pose, or, you know, Space Traveling Warriors, or something like that. Now, this STR RIBRIANNE, I don't really think I like her as much as Rosie and Kakunsa, because I just like this RIBRIANNE. There's just like better characters than her, like pretty flat out. And like this RIBRIANNE is restricted. I mean, her passive is rough on her. 22% attack and defense per Peppy Gal category ally in the team. That is very heavily restricted. And then it's like, you know, running a Peppy Gal team, like for Peppy Gal Super Battle Road, sure, but even in there, right? You're probably going to want to run like Rosie or Kakunsa instead, or Launch, or Oceana Shenron. Like this RIBRIANNE is kind of, she's in a tricky spot. Now, I guess the good thing is she, of course, is going to work very well with Int RIBRIANNE, who, again, if you take Int RIBRIANNE and you just make her a pure Saiyan, and she does everything exactly the same, and she's a pure Saiyan, like, she's like a top 10 TUR in the game or something like that. So Int RIBRIANNE is not to be slept on. And the fact that STR RIBRIANNE still has all 7 links with her, and Rosie and Kakunsa, like, she'll fit in well, but I would probably place STR RIBRIANNE as number 4 of the 4, like, main Universe 2 female characters right now, right? With Int RIBRIANNE being 1, I think Rosie's probably 2, Kakunsa 3, and then STR RIBRIANNE here carrying up the ass end. What is her defense? 84k, huh? I mean, she does raise attack and defense for 1 turn on super attack by 30%. But, I mean, that's just not enough. See, this is where, like, so even on top of what she does, you know, with a lot of Peppy Gals on the team, which, again, we have a few Peppy Gals on the team, but, you know, Kaveh and the 2 Jirans obviously are not. So that's going to be 66% attack and defense we're leaving on the table with the 2 Jirans and Kaveh being on the team here. But then also, RIBRIANNE gets another 22% attack and defense, 22% chance to crit, 22% chance to dodge if there's a Rosie or Kakunsa attacking in the same turn. So she is very, very limited. It would have been a little bit weird to see it stated, but I think that passive should have been Rosie, Kakunsa, or RIBRIANNE attacking in the same turn. Like, again, it would have been odd for them, like, okay, you have this RIBRIANNE, you need to use her next to RIBRIANNE. 1.41. I mean, it's a similar level to what we were seeing from the Rosie and Kakunsa, right? But, you know, we were able to have several rotations for both of them where we were well over a 2 million attack stat. I do think RIBRIANNE, the next run we're going to do with her, we're going to take her, RIBRIANNE into Space Traveling Warriors. Now, again, it's not going to be a full Peppy Gal team, but it is going to be, you know, Space Traveling Warriors full 170% across the board, HP, attack, and defense. So the only 2 non-Peppy Gals on the team will be the leader Bojack and the friend Bojack. That would be probably RIBRIANNE's best build, more so than the Peppy Gals team, because right now the best Peppy Gals leader is only 120% anyway, right? So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Let's go ahead and, just while we're playing around, let's see what our girl Kefla is capable of doing. See if we can hit any super impressive numbers with her. Obviously, she will be able to, right? And then again, I should mention this as well. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, LR Jiren, you know, pretty much, if you're going to do, like, take them, like, me doing a showcase with them, I'm not just going to hop into, like, some random Dokkan event. It's got to specifically be shit like this Bojack Dokkan event where we can kind of just chill for a while, and, like, you know, we can attack Bojack, who's, you know, immortal, basically, and then Bujin and Beetle are just, like, non-threats, and, you know, they don't lower attack or anything. Bujin does, seal, which can be annoying, but it's not that bad, right? So, okay, I probably should push Kaveh off rotation. I mean, Kaveh, of course, is the 50% Super STR support type unit. Obviously, that'll be very good for our girl, STR RIBRIANNE. I mean, this is going to be a pretty good rotation. I should also mention, like Kakunsa, like Rosie, you know, STR RIBRIANNE has all the same 7 links. So what that means is she got massive buffs. Well, no, wait. She has 1 difference in links, I believe, from Rosie and Kakunsa. And that's the Innocence. I don't think Rosie and Kakunsa, they don't have the Innocence, right? No, they do. Okay. Yeah, they do. Okay, yeah, they have the full same 7 links. Okay, just innocence tripped me up right there. But a lot of these links, Battlefield Diva, Signature Pose, Turnaround Power, Shattering Limit, were pure key links before that are now giving stats. And then even Metamorphosis, HP regen plus stats. Like, you know, Ribrianne's definitely looking a lot better. So yeah, she's only at 96k defense there. It's a bit low. I mean, I know she does get 30% on super attack as well, but it's still like, man, like, Ribrianne, you know, you think you could do just a little bit better than that? And you could say like, oh, well, you don't have enough Peppy Gals on the team. And it's like, okay, but to a certain extent, like, it's like to build like a solid team here, right? Like, I'm not just going to toss full Peppy Gals on here and completely like neuter the team. I guess I could have gotten rid of Cabe, right? And we could have rocked maybe like LR Kale and Khalifa instead. You know, there definitely are options, but it's still like, I don't know. Again, this STR Ribrianne, like, she's better. She's good. But, I mean, she's just not, like, the craziest shit in the world or anything like that. Like, I would say I much prefer the design of Rosie and Kakunsa to this Ribrianne, for sure. I think Rosie and Kakunsa are very, very solid sort of free-to-play EZA units. Like, again, I would love to see units on their level released basically every celebration. I think that would be fantastic to see. And I guess, you know, Ribrianne is okay too. Like if we were gonna get a unit that's good, like Ribrianne every celebration, that'd be good. Because I feel like they could easily do like, you know, something like this for celebrations. Like, you know, in the future, we definitely want to have a Saiyan Saga category. So like, why don't they just drop like, you know, okay, so like we're about to have the New Year's, you know, celebration on JP with PyCon and Janemba around Fusion Reborn and shit like that. But, like, why not also just, like, give an awakening to, like, AGL Chaozu from the Baba Shop? Like, give him, like, an immediate EZA area as well, right? Like, you know, let him EZA or whatever. Well, no, he'll EZA from the Baba Shop medals. But still, give him an EZA right now and an awakening right now. And then, you know, he'll be on the Saiyan Saga, and he'll be ready for when the Saiyan Saga team happens in the future. Like, that's shit that they have definitely got to do. All right, so we'll get 2 more rotations with our girl Ribrianne, because then next turn, again, we're going to be able to get that very sexy 50% support type buff from our boy STR Cabe, and that's obviously going to look very good for Ribrianne, right? Getting that full 50% buff. Now, I am sort of holding her with this in Ribrianne, but it's like, that's the thing with these Universe 2 girls. Like, they have got to, like, if you're going to use them at all, they have to be used together. Like, these are not units that you're just going to toss on, like, random teams and shit like that. Like, so much of all their kits is designed around being used together. Even, like, their links would probably, like, their link sets are probably, like, a relatively weird batch of links. But, like, when you're using them together, you're getting all freaking 7 of them active. So that's a really big deal, right? All right, here, let's put Jiren first, because will we be able to get 6 orbs for Kefla right here? We will. Perfect. Yeah, that's the main thing with Kefla, right? You get Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, 6 orbs, and she starts going to town, although Jiren will probably one-shot Bojack anyway. Now, keep in mind that Jiren is super effective against all types, which won't matter here, but he is super effective against all types if the enemy has their attack or defense lowered, right? Which really begins to allow him to just buzzsaw through everything, right? Okay, so what's Ribrianne's defense here? Okay, so now we're at 100k. 100k is much better. Like, 100k is a good number, right? Like, that's where it's like, okay, it's a little bit better for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and see what our girl Ribrianne's going to do in terms of attack stat right here. I would like to get her above a 2 million attack stat. I mean, we saw both Rosie and Kakunsa get above 2 million. Again, 2 million is sort of like a good number, like, for just, like, pure damage nowadays, I would say. Like, a unit hitting a 1 million attack set, we have reached the point. Like, I remember, like, Rhyme, like in D3 used to, like, clown about that back in the day. Like, oh, yeah, we'll get to the point where 1 million damage is going to be, like, pitiful. And it's like, yeah, we're there. We're there. If a unit is dropping 1 million damage, it's like, oh, they suck dick. They're trash. So, I certainly would like to see above 2 mil for our girl Ribrianne. Now, obviously, if a unit is hitting 1 million, but they're doing 60 other things, like, you know, like Rosie and Kakunsa, then it's fine, right? I mean, this Ribrianne, I guess at the very least, you know, she does also heal per Rainbow Key Sphere obtained, this STR Ribrianne. I mean, 22,222, which, I mean, is good, because, you know, you get 3 Rainbow Orbs, that's 60,000 HP she's healing. That's good, but I don't know. I mean, then Metamorphosis as well for the 5% HP regen. Look at this, too, by the way. We're on turn... Look at this. We are on turn 10, and Jiren does... Neither Jiren has their active skill. This is what I'm talking about. A lot of times I'll say things and people go, oh, you're stupid. You dummy. We're on turn 10. Jiren, where's your active skill? All he has to do is get 5 times. 5 times. That's it. No active skill. Turn 10. Turn 10! And we sat there on that second fight for 5 turns where I left 3 enemies up and still couldn't get to it. Like, it's, you know, again, there's a lot of things that are deceptive like that in this game where it's like you look at it at first glance, you're like, holy shit, you're going to be getting that turn 2 every single event, but it just doesn't work out that way, right? It just doesn't. So, all right, let's continue on. Let's go to Space Traveling Warriors next. I think STR Ribrianne's going to look a lot better over on the Space Traveling Warrior team. All right, so now we're on the Space Traveling Warrior team. We should be able to see STR Ribrianne look a little bit better here on this actual build, right? Because now with Rosie and Kakunsa around, we're still getting all 7 links. Now Ribrianne will be able to get an extra 22%. I mean, really, there's a lot of extra attack Ribrianne's going to be getting, right? So she's going to be getting another 22% attack and defense because we have 1 extra Peppy Gal on this team, right? Then she's getting another 22% just from Rosie or Kakunsa being on the rotation. And then, of course, there's also the fact that we're on the extra 170% full build of the Space Traveling Warrior team rather than the 150% that Jiren or any of the other leaders give to Universal Survival Saga, right? Because that's the thing about the Universal Survival Saga leaders. You know, Blue Cow and Goku's giving 170 to reps of Universe 7. Hit is giving 170 to Universe 6. Jiren is giving 170 to Universe 11, right? But then they're all giving 150 to Universal Survival Saga, right? So, you know, this is good. We'll be able to get a nice look for our girl Ribrianne. 117k is pretty good. And I like Rosie a bit better, so I'll leave her on rotation with Ribrianne. Another thing I should point out too, Ribrianne also does have 2 super attacks. So she has her normal super attack, which raises attack and defense for 1 turn, lowers enemy defense. Then she has a second super attack she can do. It's like Physical Ribrianne, or excuse me, Physical Arale. Let's see, 1.9. Ah, damn, we weren't even above 2 mil there, huh? But Ribrianne has a second attack. It's just a 30% chance to get the second attack, which just hits a little bit harder. That's it. And it's just a 30% chance, kind of like Physical Arale. And then I guess Buhan does it as well, right? The Int EZA Buhan also has that sort of ability. So, I mean, it's good to see. I mean, let me know what you guys think of this STR Ribrianne. I mean, she's okay. I certainly wouldn't go super, like, crazy, like, slandering her or anything like that. I mean, she is free to play, she is solid, but I just like the way Rosie and Kakunsa are designed a bit more. And Rosie and Kakunsa, like, I feel like they'll be more valuable on more teams than this STR Ribrianne, because, I mean, STR Ribrianne, if you don't have the full Peppy Gal build, STR Ribrianne is kind of trash, whereas Rosie and Kakunsa, it's more so just use them together, right? And, you know, special pose, Rosie and Kakunsa are going to work really, really good, but we're not really going to see that sort of ability from this STR Ribrianne, right? Outside of a team almost fully comprised of Peppy Gal units, it's just gonna hurt her, right? Again, we haven't even gotten her above 2 million yet. Now this next turn we'll get above a 2 million attack stat because Bojack is here and he's gonna give 30%, right? So that'll be good. Because the Kakunsa was only giving 22% to special pose, whereas Bojack is gonna give 30% here. So 121. See, 121 is good. That's pretty good because now she's getting 30% on top of that, right? And then that's going to put her defense at a very solid level, I'm thinking, right? After Ribrianne gets to super attack right here. So that's not bad. Like, you know, once we get the... See, that's the thing. Like, units are just going to look really good on this STR Bojack team. Like, moving forward, that's just the way it's going to be. Because the full 170% across the board, Bojack himself being a pretty solid support type unit, it's just going to allow things to look really good. That was the stronger attack too, right there, right? I believe it was good. I'm glad we did get the stronger attack actually in the video here. I didn't have to like hunt for it or farm for it or anything, so that's good. But I don't know. I mean, now that we saw Ribrianne do that stronger attack, like we don't need to do any more rotations. I mean, let me know what you guys think of our girl Ribrianne here. I mean, she's okay, right? Like she's certainly a not horrible, but again, you know, I think Rosie and Kakunsa are a little bit better. I mean, this Ribrianne definitely can help though. Like if we're talking about, you know, Peppy Gals Extreme Category Super Battle Road, which is something which is something that's going to happen on global. I don't know when exactly global is going to get the Peppy Gals like the 10 new category stages of Extreme Super Battle Road. I don't know when that's going to happen. Hopefully sooner rather than later. But we will see. But you know, this STR Ribrianne, Rosie, Kakunsa, all of them are going to work, you know, fairly well, I think, in that stage, and it's going to be good because free-to-play players, you guys probably haven't put like too many resources, I'm sure, into a lot of the Peppy Gals units. But if you've got like, you know, Oceanus, again, Rosie, Kakunsa, Launch, you know, those are some of the main ones, and then obviously the Int Ribrianne herself. I mean, she is the literal MVP. She's the most important unit to use, I would say, when it comes to that stage, that Peppy Gals stage. Honestly, without Int Ribrianne around, debuffing the entire enemy, supporting all of your allies, you know, having the seal able to go off, just everything she's doing, that stage gets ridiculously, ludicrously difficult. So you just want to be very, very careful about that. All right, so that is it. We will go ahead and go take a look at our girl Ribrianne's details now. All right, so this is Charming Girls Dance Super Ribrianne. Her leader skill is the Peppy Gals category key 3 and 99% stats, so she is a nice leader for the Peppy Gal team. I mean, because, well, how many leaders are there actually for the Peppy Gal team? Because we have Int Ribrianne, STR Ribrianne, we got Tech Khalifa, we have Launch, yeah, so there's quite a few as well. There's also STR Kale. Yeah, so Peppy Gals has got a lot of leaders. But yeah, she's Peppy Gals, 99% 3 key, and STR type 3 key and 50%. So she has 2 super attacks. Again, the Ribrianne Super Amour Shower raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage, and lowers enemy defense. And then the Ribrianne Eternal Love, which is, you know, just a 30% chance she'll shoot this out, raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage with greater power, and lowers enemy defense. Her passive skill, the Power of Everyone's Love, is 22% attack and defense per Peppy Gals category ally in the team. She recovers 22,222 HP per Rainbow Key Sphere obtained. Then she gets an additional 22% attack and defense, 22% chance of doing a crit, and 22% chance of dodging enemy attacks if there is an ally whose name includes Rosie or Kakunsa attacking in the same turn. Her links are Battlefield Diva, Metamorphosis, The Innocence, Signature Pose, More Than Meets the Eye, Tournament of Power, and Shattering the Limit. Her 12 key multiplier is 135%, a bit lower than we typically see, but I mean, that's because this STR Ribrianne is 2 years old now at this point, right? So that obviously would explain that. And then finally, she is on, I believe, all the same categories as Rosie and Kakunsa, right? So she, of course, is on the Tournament of Power. We're about to get the 6-year anniversary for Tournament of Power. Very exciting. She's also over here on Peppy Gals. You know, they want to give us, you know, the unit super attack Android 18 with Gogeta or whatever shenanigans, right? Sure, we'll take it. Bump for Peppy Gals. Ribrianne is also here on the Transformation Boost team. I do like that these, you know, girls are here on this Transformation Boost team. The category is already just so absurd, right? Then she's also over here on Special Pose. Fodder team. This is still a team they just should not have done. Flat out. And then finally, Space Traveling Warriors. Mwah! Beautiful. It's like Special Pose. You donkey! And then the Space Traveling Warriors. Oh, beautiful, wonderful, fantastic, terrific. Oh! Love Space Traveling Warriors. It's beautiful, yes. Yes. Bojack makes it run like butter. 170% across the board. Oh! Love this team. So there we go. There's our girl, STR Ribrianne. She's fodder. I don't know, kinda, maybe a little, not really. She's okay. I would definitely say get her done. But Peppy Gals has stronger options. I probably would run over her, but you know, she's solid. She can get the job done. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Adios.